The funny thing about so the funny thing about our response to video 8 was I was just having a conversation with my cousin yesterday, and the conversation was kind of about uh about us as kind of like as black people, right? Like being like screwed over by parents and stuff, who had been screwed over by parents, and it led me to tell him about the conversation that we all had, or that I guess some of us were asleep, but I think it might have been. I know Sean was there, and it was me and Sean. I think we were talking to George. I'm not sure if Tamir and Kyrie was there or not. I think Tamir was there or Kyrie was there. Anywho, the conversation. Well, I was explaining it like to my cousin, like as parents, we're all like as parents we're all like fucking our kids over because what our parents did for us, what our parents tried to do for us, like mainly our mothers, was give us more than they had, right? And that's cool and everything, but it doesn't like we have more shit than they had, but they didn't really implement and give us the foundations to be successful and to like move forward and grow as people through like to grow and like be disciplined, and they really didn't give us that. We had to go out and learn that shit somewhere, kind of. Well, I won't say all of us because I don't really know how a lot of you guys were raised, but like we went out and found that, like we went out and found discipline or understandings of how to succeed in life and blah 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 blah. Like, but that wasn't inherently learned from our parents, like sitting us down and like giving us lessons and shit like that and teaching us. Their whole thing was trying to make sure that we had more than what they had, which they would consider a better life because we had a better childhood. So they would do shit that their parents won't let them do. They would do it for us, and that just begat us to be more materialistic, more spoiled, and things like that. It didn't give us the foundations of what we needed to succeed. So, man, I hate that fact I lost my train of thought where I was going with that. But so like that whole thing begat like how like they didn't really like what Nexus. It was just like yeah, like they failed us. Like yeah, they failed y'all because they knew, like some of them knew shit was going on, and they didn't even like try to equip the generation like directly under them with the knowledge to at least start to implement some type of answer for shit. Like y'all, like if Nexus is like 26 and he's just finding out about certain shit that's been affecting, like that's not preparing him to try to really beat the thing. It's just like, hey, you're gonna deal with this, and that's just what it is. Oh no. So another part of the George thing was that was hilarious. I was something that was hilarious was the fact that like we were talking about investments. That's what it was. We are talking about investments. We are all at George House talking about investments, and George is just like, he's like, well, I never really, said anything to you guys about investments and stuff because I just like, like how I do it. Like, I make some money. I give my, I let, this my dad's guy like handle all my, investments and things of that nature. I don't have to do research. I got, my dad guy handles my stuff. He's like, so I just assumed that all y'all guys, had y'all shit handled by your dad's guy. And like, we're looking at him like, George, like, it just one of those things to let us know how different our lives were, like between being black and white, or like not even being black and white, being raised in certain places that we probably weren't even privy to living there 60 to 70 years ago. Like we couldn't even live there in these certain places. So it's just funny like being in these different environments how shit works. Cause we're looking at him like George. Not only do we not have um an or a dad's guide to help us out with our investments, I'm like George, we don't really have dads. Like let alone dad guys and shit. And I just thought that was so fucking funny, and so like just crazy how different our worlds are. But we're all here sharing the same space. We're all like friends and shit, and we all come from well not all come from, but we come from different backgrounds and shit. It's just funny.